this is an 8-point how-to. Today I'm going to be talking to you about boot care. What you got to remember is that leather is actually skin. So the same things you would do to take care of your own skin, you need to do to take care of your boots, to keep them lasting long and looking good. What we're going to do first is cleaning the boot. So we're going to take Vivian's riding boot and a damp cloth and just wipe the dirt away with a damp cloth. After you've wiped the boot down, you're going to need to brush it. You can get one of these horsehair brushes at any boot store. So you just brush the boot down, get in the cracks. And you're going to be able to get some of that lighter dirt that's hiding in there, in the seams. Alright. So, now we have a clean boot, which is good. You don't want to leave dirt on there too long because it's going to clog up the pores. After you've gotten the boot clean, what you want to do is condition it. Now, there's lots of different conditioners. They have some for more distressed leather boots, they have some for older boots, and then there's just all-purpose conditioner. Again, you can get this at any boot store. So, you just take your conditioner, get it on a cloth, and you don't want to use too much conditioner, because just like the dirt, if you use too much conditioner, it can clog up the pores of the boot, and then you're gonna have cracking in the leather. So just a light coat of conditioner. So already the boot is going to look a lot better than before it was conditioned. What the conditioner is going to do is going to keep the boot from getting dry and the leather cracking, and then the boot's just going to start falling apart, and you don't want that. Now, what we're going to talk about using my boots is Mink Oil. Mink Oil is a waterproofer for your boots, and it also sort of conditions it at the same time. Now, most people don't suggest using mink oil all the time. You should use it sparingly, because if you use too much of it, it will also clog up the pores, dry out the boot, and the boot's going to crack. So, mink oil you can get at, again, any boot store. But if you don't want to use mink oil, you can always get one of the other waterproofers. They have some spray-on ones, they have some other ones that are creams. The mink oil is kind of like a pomade, but not for your hair, obviously. So let's use the mink oil on my boot. You can see it's kind of a harder cream, it's not a liquid. Alright, take another rag, kind of swirl it around in there. And you take the boot and wipe it on. Again, don't use too much, because you don't want to clog up the pores of your boot. So, as you can see, after you use mink oil on your boot, it's going to look a lot darker and it's going to feel oily. But if you were to put some water on there, it actually is just going to beat up and roll right off, and you don't have to worry about drying out your boot from water. Some other pieces to boot care is using boot cream. This is like a little dye that will take your boot back to a richer color. Say if the color is starting to fade because you're not cleaning it enough and you're not conditioning it enough, or say if you have really bad scuff in the boot, you dug it in there and it's pretty visible because it's a different color than the rest of the boot. You just take the boot cream, go over that spot, and you use one of these brushes after you've put the dye on. Use one of these brushes and kind of spread it out, and it'll fade the dye into the rest of the boot. So using boot cream really takes care of any scuffs or fading color that you have. It really makes your boots pop again. Again, taking care of your boots is really important. They're not going to last forever if you don't take care of them. But if you do, boots will last you years and years and years. This pair of boots has already gone through hell and back many times in the last 2 years that I've had them, and I've probably got another 6 years in them, and that's if I continue to clean and condition them and waterproof them. If you don't do that stuff, boots will still last you probably 2 years, but they'll start cracking and falling apart if you don't clean and condition them.